Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into a really intriguing exploration about the multidimensional nature of our being. Ever have that feeling there's more to who you really are?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, you're not just this physical body. We're touching on the idea of multiple planes of existence.
Exactly. And we're talking about so many dimensions: the physical, the etheric, astral, causal, mental, Buddhic, Atmic, Logoic, and even the Monadic plane. It's like each plane represents a different aspect of ourself.
Right, and that idea really encourages us to consider our being as multifaceted. I mean, how cool is it to think that you can interact in realms that don't necessarily involve your physical self?
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's an entire cosmos within
totally.
us. And this notion opens up a whole discussion on how embracing your multidimensionality can help you access higher perspectives and expanded capabilities.
Speaking of higher perspectives, I find it fascinating that existing on the Atmic plane is seen as a sort of graduation from the physical plane. It's as if stepping into that realm brings, a whole new level of spiritual mastery.
Absolutely. It's like a rite of passage, merging with the I Am presence, and basically living as an ascended master on Earth. And the
Yep,
course
exactly.
we're looking at even connects that to a kind of technical support, like calling on a personal healing team if things get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It almost gives a safety net vibe, as if no matter what, even the higher dimensional self isn't on its own.
Exactly, and it's not just about the metaphysical ideas either. We're provided with practical steps too, like mindfulness, meditation, and even some pretty innovative techniques. For example, they talk about meditating as your fourth dimensional astral self in 4D space-time.
Right? That bit about shadows in 3D being the projection of a 4D object is clever. It almost converts an abstract idea into something our physical brain can, grasp intuitively.
Exactly, it's like just as shadows give us a taste of higher dimensions, you sit down, observe your shadow, and let that idea elevate you into 4D awareness.
I love that analogy. But don't you think it might be a bit oversimplified? I mean, is just looking at your shadow really enough to catalyze such a profound shift in consciousness?
Good point, but it's more symbolic, you know? It's like the exercise is meant to trigger mindfulness and help integrate those higher dimensional insights with our everyday experience.
I see what
It's
you
about
mean.
building an awareness that transcends just the physical.
Yeah, totally. And another key part they mention is dream journaling, right when you wake up. Immediately writing down what you experienced in alternate dimensions anchors those insights, making them more accessible.
Right? Using journaling to bridge the gap between, say, the astral and the physical. It's a practical side of integrating these multidimensional
Exactly.
experiences. It ensures that these insights help balance and clear aspects of our physical self, too.
That balancing aspect is intriguing. They emphasize not just acknowledging, but actively clearing, balancing, and expanding each part of your multidimensional self, whether it's on the etheric or, say, the Buddhic plane.
Absolutely, it's really about caring for your whole self. You do what you would with your physical self, like exercise or meditation, but apply it to the less tangible aspects of who you are.
Yep,
And it
totally.
all feeds into living intentionally aligned with your highest values and your true multidimensional nature.
And there's this whole idea of like living from an elevated perspective. Not only are you active on the physical plane, but you're also operating from higher dimensions, experiencing life in a richer, more expansive way.
Exactly, and that opens up possibilities for enhanced creativity, problem solving, and even deeper relationships. It's almost like having a backstage pass to your entire being.
Yeah, and it even touches on the ultimate aspect, graduation from the physical plane and liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It's pretty revolutionary in terms of spiritual evolution.
For sure, it's not just a theory. It's almost like a roadmap. Imagine living as your multidimensional self can unlock your fullest potential if you dedicate yourself to the work.
Right, no doubt about that.
It's as much about passion and dedication as it is about understanding the cosmos.
I also find it neat that while all of this might sound so otherworldly, there's an interesting technical edge here. They even mention having technical support for the healing process, kind of like a medical assistance program.
Yeah, it's like they've thought of it all. In addition to calling on your spiritual helpers like angels and archangels, there's a nod towards a kind of technical reassurance. It grounds the whole concept by saying, hey, if you feel lost, you're supported.
Absolutely. And weaving that into everyday life is what makes it practical. The course is not just theoretical, it's about giving you actionable techniques to embody that multidimensional existence.
Right, like the integration part. It's about taking these higher dimensional experiences and automating some of the good habits into our daily routine.
Now, sometimes I wonder, though, if we're constantly attending to these multiple aspects of the self, could it ever become overwhelming? How do we ensure we're not losing our grounding in the physical?
That's a fair challenge. The course does address that by recommending specific balancing and clearing techniques geared at each plane. So you're not just floating in abstract realms, you're actively managing each part.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it seems like mindfulness and meditation really play central roles there. They're the means to cultivate awareness and maintain that alignment.
Exactly. It's like these practices are the anchors. Without them, trying to live and explore these other dimensions could lead to a kind of
Yes,
runaway consciousness. It keeps you integrated and purposeful.
Speaking of integration, the idea of approaching life with an intentional mindset, making choices aligned with your higher self, is really inspiring. It shifts the whole perspective on cause and effect.
Right, it moves from a reactive state to one of conscious creation. Your actions not only affect your physical existence, but ripple through all those dimensions.
Totally. And, you know, that can lead to a kind of enlightenment or increased light quotient, as they put it. It's like activating parts of yourself that were just dormant.
Absolutely, it's transformative. And while some might say this is a bit abstract, it's also empowering. You're told that by dedicating yourself to these practices, you literally unlock expanded awareness and new existential possibilities.
That's powerful. I think the overall message here is that we're not confined to our physical aspect. Rather, embracing all these dimensions can fundamentally change how we experience reality.
Yep, and it's like a holistic upgrade. Caring for your multidimensional self is, in essence, treating the whole you with the same reverence as the tangible part.
Right, absolutely.
And that, in turn, supports continuity of our existence even beyond the limits of the physical.
And that's a reassuring thought, isn't it? That our journey extends far beyond the moment we breathe this life. It's both mystical and scientific in its own way.
Exactly. It blends metaphysics with practical steps, like meditative grounding, journaling, and even technical support if needed. It's a full-spectrum approach to living intentionally with our multidimensional self.
Yep. All right, so if someone wanted to start on this journey, what would be a good first step?
I'd say begin with mindfulness and meditation. Sit quietly, observe your thoughts, notice your shadow. As an analogy, to see the 3D projection of 4D concepts. Let that spark an awareness of the non-physical dimensions.
That's a solid start. And then maybe jot down any insights, especially if you experience anything non-physical upon waking up. That way, you anchor those ephemeral experiences into something tangible.
Exactly. It's all about integration. Combining daily practices with a conscious understanding of who you are across all dimensions. Embracing the multifaceted nature of your being can truly unlock your fullest potential.
Yeah, that's really inspiring. It sure is. And as we wrap up, it's clear that this journey calls for passion, work, and dedication to not just live, but flourish as our multidimensional self.
Absolutely, as we always say, Sat Nam. And may you all discover the infinite layers of your being.